Today, we're going to talk about a Marvel movie where our main character tries to live up to a legacy left to him by his father.
And him and his sister, who might be more powerful than him, work together to protect a mythical land.
And it all comes to a head with a giant CGI battle between two armies.
That's right, Shang-Chi.
Hello, welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Jovi.
And yes, today we are here to talk about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. We're actually coming out on time. The movie just came out.
Yes.
Labor Day weekend.
Yes.
It's only in theaters, so I mean, you have to go to theaters to watch it.
Did not realize that.
Yeah, if not, I mean, Disney is giving it a a quicker release date on Disney Plus, 45 days. So, you know, if you have a nice setup, I will just off the bat, if you have a nice setup at your house, this is definitely one you could enjoy at home and still have a great time with. No, like it's not like unnecessary theater experience like something like Endgame was, but definitely something you can enjoy at home. Yeah,
that's not even a necessary theater. That's a necessary IMAX theater experience.
He said it right. But this one, if you don't want to go to theaters, it's understandable. 45 days will be here before you know it. But anyway, Shang-Chi stars Simu Liu. I apologize if I mispronounce his name.
I won't even try.
He's our main character, Shang-Chi. Awkwafina, who I think she's an actress now. She's no longer a rapper.
Yeah,
I think.
let's entertainer.
Yeah, let's say that. She's his best friend, Katie. Tony Leung plays his father, the Mandarin, who's the actual Mandarin, not the Mandarin we got in Iron Man 3. This is like
amazing job.
Yeah, he's great. And then his sister, played by a Mangers Zhang. Again, I really may have mispronounced that. Apologies.
I'm excited for these actors to get bigger so we can actually pronounce their names.
Right. And his sister's name in the movie is Zhu Xiaoling.
She can say that, but can't say her regular name.
Because it has like an apostrophe, so I don't know if it's Menger all the way or if it's Meng. I don't know, but apologies. Anyway, they were all great, despite how I'm saying their names. I'm just bad at this. They are good at their jobs. But anyway, we're going to get right into it with what we loved about this movie. Jovi, tell them about the action, bruh.
So, you remember when I wanted an action kung fu flick?
I remember.
With Mortal Kombat? Oh, I got that and more. The action was superb. And the simple fact that I could tell they were actually fighting.
Yes. Compared
to them throwing a whole bunch of CG at us. Because it's very evident still to this day, when people use CG.
If you saw my Castlevania take, Castlevania review, something I mentioned I loved was the wide shots. Because you can actually tell that people are fighting. Yeah. And, you know, like he said, no CGI. Even though that was animated, like there were no jump cuts, which you'd be surprised how much that happens in animation. But here, no jump cuts. There's the first action scene we get, the one on the bus. There's a moment where and you're probably gonna hear how good the bus scene is. Oh, sorry, real quick. There might be minor spoilers in this review, very minor. We're gonna try not to ruin anything.
Give you an opportunity since you can't watch it at home. We want to make sure that you actually go see it, get excited of the way we're talking about it.
Yeah, but there's a scene on a bus, and when Shang-Chi or Sean. He calls himself at that point.
The worst fake name ever.
Right. He went from Shang to Sean. I think they made a joke about that. Yeah. But anyway, when he's on the bus and he has to defend these people, there's a moment where one of the people comes at him and he punches him like boom, 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 like 8 times in like a second. It really gave me like Bruce Lee or Ip Man vibes. Like I was like, wow. And the actor definitely trained. If you follow him on Twitter, you see that he did it. He actually did
a backflip at a Giants game.
Yeah, I saw that.
He threw the first pitch and did a backflip.
And then did a backflip.
And it was like the cleanest backflip ever. It was like, you trained for this. You took this serious.
Yeah.
Like this.
They're obviously some like crazy stunts that they just would not let him do. But he did a lot of the work in this. You know, like I hear when in that show Arrow, the main character actually learned archery. Or Tom Holland for Spider-Man, he actually he was a gymnast, so he does a lot of his stunts too. So that's definitely something.
Action is a 5 TVs out of 5 TVs.
Yeah,
TVs
that
all day.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, and then there are a bunch of action set pieces. There's one where they're like fighting like on bamboo, kind of like in Rush Hour 2, but they're like on the outside of a building. That was pretty cool.
Those always put you at the edge of your seat.
Yeah,
I think I ate an entire half a bucket of popcorn in just that one scene because I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody's gonna fall.
Someone's gonna fall, right? Someone actually. Yeah, I mean, well, again, no spoilers, but yeah. So that thing is crazy. And then I mean, like again, it's just so clean, so wide, and it's shot beautifully too. Oh, yeah. Like the director behind the scenes, I think his name is Destin Credit, and if it's I'm pretty sure that's his name. I gotta find out
what else he's made.
I'm pretty sure that's his name. If not, I'll put the right name up here. But I'm pretty sure it's Destin Credin. But the way he does his camera work, it's like there are wide shots, but then there are some shots like where his sister is throwing a kunai, and like the kunai is going towards the camera. Yeah. Right?
It feels like you're on this constant axis.
Yes, exactly.
Right? It's just like
it'll come towards the camera. Hit the person, and then like the camera will zoom out so you see who it hit. Yeah. There's another fight with his father who he goes to get revenge on somebody, and when they show him getting his revenge, the camera shows him walk up to the people, fight them, and then it pans and there's a mirror on the back. And you see the fight in the mirror.
Goosebumps.
Like, it's standing crazy, up right man. Now. Like he throws somebody, and in the mirror, you see him, like, coming towards the mirror till he crashes into the mirror. It's spectacular. Yeah. If you can't tell, we really like the action. I mean, it was great.
Spot on.
But outside of that, I think we should probably talk about what the story is actually about,
So, in the beginning, you see this kid, and it's like, from the previews, you're not necessarily going to get the same feel. And I'm trying to do this not spoiling too much.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up real quick. The trailers, I guess?
Yeah.
They didn't show as much as the movie as you might think it did.
And I'm glad they didn't.
Yep.
Still upset about the fact that they didn't promote this as well as they could have, even though it broke the box office record. It broke
the Labor Day record, so that's pretty good.
And that's really great. You get a different Sean. You meet somebody that you didn't think you were going to meet in the previews. In the previews, you see Shang-Chi. Mm-hmm. And you see him already being like a badass. Like, we find out a lot.
I mean, him and his best friend, like, they park cars for a living, right? Yeah. Like, they're just having fun with their lives and singing karaoke and stuff. Yeah.
So it's like, you see an American kid.
Super charismatic.
Let me stop kidding kid. American, how old? He's technically like
he's an adult.
He's like,
real quick, by the way, I know this, since you just said that. Yeah. I think 90% of this cast and crew were Asian. And I just want to say, just like with Black Panther.
Yeah.
This was such a win because it showed, like, I think it did a good job showing, like an Asian American experience. Mm-hmm. But it also showed, like, you can have this dude carry a movie and not be worried that he won't be relatable. I'm not Asian. I know a bunch of people who aren't Asian who are just drawn to his charisma. I mean,
posters on his walls.
Like, yeah, he's
wearing Jordans.
He's a dude.
Whole show,
right, exactly.
Movie.
Right.
Like, literally at the end of the movie, he's wearing a pair of 4s.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hold on.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think it's a really good win. Like they should definitely be getting a whole lot more opportunities because I mean they are us.
Yeah.
But sorry to cut you off.
Besides that, it's the story. Just like to make it simple, 2 friends, something really major happens, they go to Asia, and that's really when the movie starts. After that scene on the bus, you've seen the scene on the bus in the previews. Yeah, that was in the previews.
So his father is a I think I already said this. So his father is the Mandarin. The real Mandarin. He has, the 10 rings from the comic books. Although this movie does it a slightly different than the comics. They kind of combine Shang-Chi's father and the Mandarin together, because the Mandarin's not really his father in the comics. But anyway.
Marvel.
And
MCU takes their liberties.
Yeah, which I really dig that, because it's actually creating its own like universe. This is separate from like, or not, I guess it's inspired by the comics, but you can actually treat this like a part of the multiverse. I dig that a whole lot that Marvel's doing that. But so his father is the Mandarin, and when they first introduced him, I have to admit I let out like an audible sigh, because I was like, oh my gosh, another disposable villain, another dude who's just evil to be evil. Like literally, the first like 10 minutes of the movie were like, he found the rings and he just wanted power, and he wanted more power, and they gave him long life, and even after all that long life, he still wanted more power. And I was like, oh, okay, so he's just evil to be evil. He's... But then the movie shifts, like Jovi said, when after the bus scene, they go to Asia. They go to Asia to team up with like his sister for a certain reason, and you find out at that point that his father's motivations are a lot more relatable than you would think.
Oh my god!
Like this dude
completely changes. You don't.
It's like
he's actually a family man.
Yeah, he's a family man. He's doing this for his family. He's probably the most relatable villain since Killmonger. We joked about how this is similar to Black Panther. Which it's a good thing.
It's going to be compared to Black Panther.
Black Panther was an amazing movie anyway. Yeah. But yeah, this villain is super relatable. It's kind of you kind of, I don't want to say justified, but you understand where he's coming from 100%.
Pretty much the entire movie.
Yeah, and it's like, bruh, I feel for you. And it's really sad, because he was bad just to be bad. Then he changed, and it's like and when he changed, and the event happened, it's like he's just like, you know what? If I had never changed, this wouldn't have happened. Yeah. It's funny, because in my head I was like, bruh, don't change. Yeah. As much as I was like, I don't want him to be generic bad guy, I was like, bruh, if something's gonna happen,
something major happens and changes the whole feel of.
Yeah, man. It's at and you feel for all of them. Like Shang-Chi is like, man, you can tell the sadness. Like he has to fight his dad, because dad is ultimately wrong, like Killmonger was. But at the same time, it's like, bruh, I kind of don't want you two to fight. So all that to say, Tony Leung, spectacular job. I really hope we see more of him in the MCU as the Mandarin and with his 10 rings. Yeah. So at this point of the review, I think we'll have to go into certain things that didn't really work for us.
I could completely. I have this one major thing. The movie is literally, and it's shifting gears every 2 seconds, and it's moving, and it's this exciting ride, and you're just like, oh my god! Again, like I said, I was eating popcorn like popcorn was going out of style. And I'm engulfed, and I'm just sitting there. Then the movie hits a wall. The movie hits a wall like hard. It goes through the wall and continues its journey. But then it's going like your grandma on Sunday morning. Because I'm not going to say it hit a wall and then the movie was horrible.
Right.
It goes through this portal and drives very, very slow all the way to the end. Even the ending action to me was not as exciting as it could have been.
So yeah, here's the thing, and that's what I'm gonna get to. And I'm sorry, one more thing before I say that. I did like Awkwafina. I like her acting in this movie. I thought she was great as his best friend, Katie.
And I'm trying to figure out, let's talk about the controversy of her, putting on the black voice and all that. She didn't seem any different in this movie.
No, I think that was not. Her controversy wasn't just for this movie. It's just like how she talks.
What they were saying, that she doesn't sound like this in the movie. And I'm like, how are y'all saying that? Y'all ain't seen the movie.
Oh God, they were saying that. Yeah, nah, she sounds exactly the same as she
like
always
Awkwafina.
Like that's all.
And then people talking about she's from the suburbs, so she can't talk like that. I was like, have y'all ever met people from this? Like, whatever. I'm not supporting all that, because some people do use black culture to get on, and then they change. she doesn't seem like she's changed.
I mean, I think her voice is her voice. It's that raspy, like I think she even made fun of herself. She sounds like an old divorce attorney. Like,
yeah.
But
yeah. No, yeah. And I was like...
Yeah. But I liked her in the movie.
I did.
I say really... that because part of what I didn't like involves her. But
the most unrealistic part of the movie.
Yeah, so there's just like he said, the movie was great. And then in its third act they go through a wall, like he said.
Yeah.
And the movie changes from like, the kung fu action movie to a big kind of CGI fest, and that just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
I mean, the scales, jumped up because, I guess the world was in danger, so they needed more of that. But when they kept it small, I could watch a whole movie of him running through San Francisco just having fistfights with people. Real talk.
Like a Daredevil.
Yeah, just like Daredevil. But this one, it got, obviously he is Shang-Chi. I mean, he has his power. They gave him powers. He had to use it. CGI didn't really work for me. And then, like you said, Aquafina's character does something that was just... It's too unrealistic, even for a superhero movie. Yeah. It was very... Deus Ex Machina. Where it just...
It's like, y'all gonna have to explain this.
Yeah, it was like... I watched it and I was like...
Y'all gonna have to explain
I was like,
why this happened and how it happened. Because... In the retrospect, it makes no damn sense.
Yeah, she did something she should not have been able to do.
Yeah, simple as that.
Yeah, not gonna
not take away from her character.
Yeah,
yeah,
so. Exactly. Not going to any more spoilers.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Right.
We're not spoiling this.
This is pretty difficult for us. But anyway, guys, I think at the end of the day, it was a great movie. Definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth streaming. I know I will be rewatching it when it comes out again.
100%.
Like I said, you have a TV. The scenes are so well shot that even on your home screen TV, when the dude is punching people, you gonna be like, oh wow.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I actually may go see this again, and I haven't seen a Marvel movie twice in a very long time. Probably since an Avengers movie.
The last movie I saw twice was I saw Endgame once. The last movie I saw twice was the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
In theaters, I should say. No, but this one was definitely good. Jovi and I talked about it, and we both think this movie is a 4.5 out of 5.
100%. We gave our gripes. But it's so minuscule.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's so small that it doesn't ruin the experience at all. And again, I mean, these could be things that I know there are some people who love CGI fights. I complained about the end of Black Panther. I was like, that was the only thing in the movie I didn't like. Some people were like, nah, that didn't bother me. So, that didn't bother you. Hey, to each his own. But anyway, as we said, love it. Go see it.
Please.
Go stream it.
Comment down below. Please tell us what you like, your favorite parts, and if you agree with our two minor things.
Awkwafina's character and the CGI battle. Do you agree those kind of were out of place in this movie? Let us know. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we out.
Deuces.